Hey everybody, welcome to this video on Case 1 recoveries brought to you by VFA 151 Vigilantes. My name's Shafter, and I will be talking you through this. So we're about 50 miles out from the boat. We're going to drop the hook, and at this point I recommend getting the jet set up in a landing configuration. For myself, I like to set up the HUD on the left page and cage it, and then I also like having my FCS page on the right, so that way I can see my trim. The trim number is to the left and right of the AOA, towards the bottom of the display. And then in this video, you see the hook will come down in a second. And make sure your hook is to carrier bypass and any skid is off. Alright, so right now I'm getting a basic bearing and range from the boat, so that way I can call in and give it my inbound. So here goes. 302 marking bombs, 093 for 43, Angels 25, state 6.9. And then you'll wait for the boat to respond, giving you the weather, altimeter, all that good stuff, which you'll hear right now.
094.40, Angels 25.5, state 6.9.
302, Mother's weather is visibility 10 plus miles. Scattered clouds at above 10,000, altimeter is 293. Case 1 recovery, expected BRC 116. Report see me at 10.
See me at 10 basically is like, hey, I'm 10 miles out from the boat, so you don't have to worry about calling them until you're there. So as we're getting to 10 miles, it'll be 302, see you at 10, which you'll hear in a second.
302, see you at 10.
Update state, switch down.
302, state 6.5.
Alright, so this isn't the greatest example by me. I'd recommend, being at, Angels 5 or, closer to your block altitude. For me, I'm going down to Angels 2, and you should be at the speed of 250 knots, which is the speed limit for this type of stack that we are doing in Case 1 recovery. Alright, as we approach 5 miles out, I'm going to call
Tower 302, overhead Angels 2.5, state 6.5.
Which basically means, hey, I'm in the stack, I'm waiting to
Tower,
be ready to put it in.
BRC 116, signal is Charlie.
Now I have that clearance, so I can commence from position 3. So you'll see me do that in a second. Alright, so say for example, not in this case, but I was up at Angels 4 and there's 2 aircraft below me. I'd have to wait for the aircraft in Angels 2 to get signal as Charlie and to begin commencing, then wait for aircraft in Angels 3 to descend down to Angels 2 before I could move down to Angels 3, and then, repeat the process when he gets cleared to commence. Alright, so now you can see I'm accelerating to 350 knots, and it's descending down to 800 feet. I recommend having radar altimeter on. I don't really always have it on, it's just with this mission I forgot to check that already. For carrier brake speeds, the minimum speed is 350 knots and the maximum is 450. So anywhere within that range you're good, and you just want to be at 800 feet or the closest you can be to it when you get over the head of the boat. So right now I'm basically taking a cut away, and I'll start my turn back to the boat momentarily. Now that we are starting our turn back towards the boat, this is your time to set the jet up how you want it one last time. I just put in my course line. That way I have 2 references from the ILS and the BRC, which will be the course line. And then if you haven't already, pre-landing checks, you want to make sure, for the carrier anti-skid off, which I forgot to do in this video, my bad. Hook bypass the carrier, and then get your HUD how you, or get your HUD how you want it, get your DDIs how you want it, and just get ready. As you can see, my alignment towards the overhead brake is not great, so, you know, when in doubt, you can always just fix that, take a cut to the right, you know, cut to the left, whatever you need to be. I was a little bit close in this one, so, you know, still lessons learned each flight, you know. Alright, so as we approach the boat, you want to do a visual inspection and ensure the deck's clear. I'm a little tight on it, so I had to delay my check until I was doing my brake. But now I'm going to just keep my altitude and pull some G. Now pull the power off, put the boards out, and start to slow down and get myself at least 1.2 miles out from the boat before I roll wings level and go a beam. Alright, now that I'm getting close to a beam, I'm going to start descending down to 600 feet, slowing down, swinging the gear around 220 knots, that way the jet doesn't float, then I can slap the flaps down, be ready, continuing my turn because I'm past the stern, and I want to get down to about like 500 to 450 feet, that way at the 90 I'm about on glide slope. Also, make sure you get your trim to around 8.1 to 8.4. It makes landing so much easier. I'm getting pushed a little wide. As you can see, the wind's pushing me quite hard to the right. So, it's making the angle not exactly the prettiest. But, as you can see, my ILS needles are up. I'm slightly low, but pretty much good. Now I just got to fix my lineup with the back of the boat, which will be a little bit difficult with this wind. Alright, so I'm 3/4 mile, almost lined up with the back of the boat right. I'm a little late for lineup and right. Might be a little bit low, but that's mostly fixed. The wind's pushing me back left, so I went from right to center line, and now I'm going to be a little bit left. But ball's centered, nice and trimmed, nice and easy. Right here, I got a little pitch from the burble. It was a little weird, but I bolted, you know? Shit happens. So you're just going to remain calm, put the power back up, climb up a little bit. You just need mill power, get up, and if the pattern's clean, immediately ascend up to 600 feet and rejoin the beam. You know, there's no shame. We all make mistakes. Alright, now that we're approaching the beam for the second time, I really want to stress that you're, you know, at the right altitude, 600 feet. That you're, you know, if this is your first pass, you're decelerating from 250 to 200. Making sure your jet is how you want it, you know, DDI should already be how you want them, and everything should be perfect so that you can just focus on getting your trim. This glance right there is make sure my location, and see I'm starting the boat, so I start my turn from 180 to the 90. If you're wondering what my trim number is that I keep referencing, it's the left and right of the AOA on my right TDI on the bottom. So here I come around again. You know, like I said, my 600 feet going down to 450 to 500. Here's my 90 look at the boat. I'm doing pretty good, as the ILS needles will confirm. And so, you know, lessons learned from my last pass. You know, the wind's going to push me right to left. So I got to put in a little bit of angle of bank to the right to counteract that and point the jet of the nose to the right more than I normally would. So there's center line. There's a slight picture with the boat. I'm about a mile out, going slightly high, but you know, it's easy to fix. Taking some power off. There's my alignment.
302.
There's my call.
5.6.
Lined up a little bit right now, but wind's going to push me back on course. There you go. There's center line. Ish. And there's the center of the ball. This takes practice and time, but just keep applying yourself and you'll get pretty good. And then here comes the weird burble effect like I was talking about last time. That pitch up was not done by me. It just happened when I got to the back of the boat. Alright, now that I'm aboard the boat, external lights are going to come off, hook's going to come up, wings are going to come unlocked, flaps are coming up. Alright, wasn't my best landing on the boat. There was a one wire, too much radio ascent at the ramp, and, easy guns to land, allegedly. I don't exactly recall doing it, but, wasn't a great pass, so I got some work to do. But, that goes for everybody. You can always get better at the boat. It's a really perishable skill, so, yeah, just don't be discouraged by it. It can be quite annoying sometimes. I hope you all found this video insightful, and I look forward to flying with you all in the future. Take it easy.